The last three games, you scored 17 goals. Tonight you have one. What's the difference?
I thought we were a little tired tonight. I didn't think we were on top of our game, but we found a way to get a point. You're not going to score every night. You're not going to get a lot of goals every night, but the important thing is that we found a way to get a point when we weren't at our best and played a real desperate hockey team tonight.
Some guys made some big plays at the end of regulation. Bachman in general.
Yeah, he's real good. Bachman was great tonight. He was a big part of us getting a point.
Shields made a big block, I think,
Yep.
near the end.
Yeah.
We're going into Christmas. I think you have 20 points in the last 26 games. 26 points, excuse me. So, what kind of shape do you think your team is going into Christmas?
Well, I like the way we've started to get some consistency in our game. I thought in the last, probably since that Portland trip, we've played better hockey. Even though we won those two games, we didn't play great, and our guys have responded. They've played well. They've played the right way, and I think most importantly, they've realized how they need to play to have success.
How are you getting these new guys? You happen to bring in new guys. You happen to play new guys, different lineups. In fact, in the first couple of periods, I thought I was seeing things that were keeping the line straight. They couldn't keep them straight. Were they straight? They were
Did
not
that on
straight.
purpose.
I do that for you.
Yeah, well, you did a good job. My head was spinning. But how are you being able to fit these guys in like this?
Well, give the players credit. They've played well. The guys that have come in have adapted well. I think we got a good group within our room that we've talked about in the past, where they make guys feel comfortable when they come in, which I think is really important. If you've got a good room, new players come in and they feel part of the room right away, and they're able to play their game. So, I think a lot of credit goes to the guys that are playing, obviously, and the guys in the room.
Now going into the Christmas break, the last two games, you get to see a lot of these new guys. Is that an advantage? You could, let it soak in what they could do, what they can't do.
I think so. We're short-staffed, and getting a look at players is always a positive. So, you don't know when you're going to get players back. So, these guys have every one of them has played well.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. When do people have to be back here?
Christmas Day. Oh, we leave Boxing morning, or the 26th.
Maybe one big thing that kept this game close tonight?
I can't give you one big thing. I thought it was a close hockey game. I mean, it wasn't like I thought we played. Our best period was in the third. We could have won the game. Both teams played. It's probably fitting that it went to overtime.
It's December. You played last season. You had the summer to go. So what have you been doing to stay in shape or waiting for a phone call?
I'm fortunate. I live in London, Ontario, and I used to play for the London Knights, and fairly good friends with the owners and coaching staff there in the Ontario Hockey League. So from early September on, I've been practicing with them, almost like an eighth defenseman for their team. So it's kept me in fairly reasonable hockey shape. The only difference is pretty much the pace of play. In the OHL, it's a little bit slower. Kids are only teenagers, a little raw and not mature. And then here, the decision making happens a little quicker, and obviously guys are physically a little quicker and stronger.
The last dozen games, the Comets have been scoring a lot of goals. Obviously, the last three games, 17 goals. What was different tonight that made it difficult to get scoring chances?
I don't know if we didn't really work the puck as well low as I've seen the two previous games here, and obviously our power play, we had a couple chances to win on the power play, and we didn't really make good use of our power play opportunities. But we didn't have much offensive zone time. It seemed as though it was sort of one and out. You get maybe a chance, or they'd get a stick on it, and they're coming back on our way. So a lot of the game was played throughout the neutral zone, and I think we're a pretty gritty, hardworking team that needs to play with the puck below the goal line.
Danny, over the summer, you played last season. You have your NHL experience, Winter Classic, the whole thing, and then when the phone doesn't ring and you wait, do you ever? Is there a point where you start thinking, maybe it's not going to rain? Or,
Yeah,
how do you stay positive?
It was hard. There were some ups and downs. I didn't expect it to be this long, but yeah, there was some frustration. There was times where probably once a week I was going and meeting with various business owners in town, just sort of feeling out options if nothing does come of it. So, and then just in the last week or so, I sort of ventured out to Europe and in Switzerland, and I had a few. I had some interest there, and coincidentally, my agent over there is friends with Travis Green, and thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to come in here and play some games. And if the team likes me here, sign me, and if not, then there's always the Swiss option come end of January.
But you're going to be here after Christmas, almost certainly.
Yeah.
What kind of shape do you think this team is in? You're 9-2-1-1 over the last 13 games. What kind of shape right now is this team in?
I've only seen, I saw us play last home game, and then obviously I played in Springfield and here. It's a real hardworking team. Obviously, the coaching staff does a real good job of preparing the team to play, and obviously practices are very intense. I think in this league, especially if you have a good coaching staff and good goaltending, you can go a long way, and I think that's what you'll see here in the next little while. Our team is pretty resilient and hardworking, and can get contributions from every player on the team.
I don't know how many of these guys you know from previous experience. And that Travis says he thinks the locker room is really good, guy, because this is a patchwork team right now. There's a lot of new guys, and you feel like you fit right in.
Yeah, it's tough to come into a team when they're already a quarter of the way through the season or a third through the season. And my 5 days here, it's been real welcoming. The players are real mature people, and I think it's a good locker room. And obviously, everyone's sort of fighting for each other, and that's what you need come playoff time. Obviously, our team, I feel like will be a pretty good playoff team and go pretty far.
Some of these guys you must know from juniors or youth hockey or from the league previously.
I'm old, so
there's some. You are the oldest guy on the team now, aren't you?
Well, no, I think Landry's got me by a couple of years.
Does he?
Yeah, my roommate.
They got the Geritol out for the old folks.
We take the wheelchair ramp into the hotel.
I forgot. You're like 30 years old.
30, yes.
Old man.
So I've played against Jones before, Banks a little bit.
It must have been fun.
Landry I've played against in the last little while, but besides that, really, I played with Dave Shields in Peoria a couple of years ago. So we have okay chemistry just coming in. Both of us are sort of new to the team and the system. But other than that, the kids are so young. I've sometimes when I'm watching London Knight games, I've seen Subban and all the young guys, but I don't really recognize many names.
Yep. All right, great. Anybody else? Thanks.